Pluralistic America looks like it's voting for English as an official language. Totalitarian Russia publishes books in about 120 languages. There are about 16 official languages. There's one nationwide language, which is Russian, which is used everywhere. But you go to Soviet Azerbaijani and you could see street signs in Azerbaijani. You could see films in Azerbaijani. You go to Georgia. The Georgian film industry is, it turns out hundreds of films a year. You can see television in your native languages. You have poetry, culture, art, theater in your native languages, including Yiddish, by the way. There's Yiddish theater and Yiddish literature in the Soviet Union. You tell me where there's Yiddish theater and Yiddish literature in the U.S. Few places in Brooklyn, Flatbush maybe, and that's about it. It's died.
Dans les années 50, la majorité d'immigrants français qui venaient au Vermont étaient québécois. Ils étaient des marchands qui sont venus pour vendre aux consommateurs américains, apprendre la langue et s'assimiler à la culture américaine. Les enfants sont grandis à parler français à la maison et parler anglais à l'école. Mais parce qu'ils sont grandis en Amérique, ils ne savent pas de lire ou écrire dans la langue de leurs parents.
Which I'm sure you've heard from other folks in the older generation. The French language kind of, as you go down the line, was kind of, I don't want to say eliminated, but was kind of, they were scolded for using it. Mm-hmm. So I'm an example of a generation where it kind of disappeared. The only reason I'm interested in French was because I got a little bit of genealogical information from my parents. And I kind of saw that and I said, well, my history it's American history. It was a concerted effort, as you've probably heard, to get the new generations to stop French. French is lesser, French is not as good. You will, if you look in your phone book, or if you walk around Manchester or Nashua, or any town really, you'll see French names everywhere. But again, that concerted effort in the middle 20th century to make French lesser has kind of made it disappear a little bit into the background.
Il n'y a pas l'infrastructure qu'on avait de société, de l'église, de l'école. On avait l'école, surtout l'école, avec les bonnes sœurs et tout ça, la moitié de la journée en français et l'autre moitié en anglais, où on devait entrer en première année à l'âge de 6 ans, capable de parler les deux langues, et on était là pour apprendre à lire et à écrire les deux langues. Ça n'existe plus.
When 6 million American Jews assimilate and no longer speak Yiddish, this is called a victory for assimilation and Americanization, and is so hailed. When 2.5 million Soviet Jews assimilate and less of them speak Yiddish, this is called the crushing and the death of Yiddish culture. In fact, Yiddish culture and even Hebrew culture is more alive in the Soviet Union than it is in pluralistic America. In pluralistic America, we're told, why don't you learn to speak English? If you're here, you should all speak English. All the signs will be in English. If you really carried that, I wondered how far you could carry that. A sushi bar would have to be called a fish and rice bar, wouldn't it? It's a foreign word, Japanese word. Taco would have to be called something else. Beef and crust pie or something. And pizza is not an English word. Pizza will have to be changed to tomato pie. But it looks like in California, all the Spanish signs will be taken down and English will be safe and saved. In pluralistic, diverse America, where we have a cultural diversity and freedom,
Mais je vais vous dire qu'est-ce que la grande erreur. Les Canadiens pensaient qu'en s'en venant aux États-Unis, qu'on était près de se donner. Et puis ça a duré assez longtemps. Les curés, nos Franco-Américains qui allaient se promener au Canada, entendant ça dans les chairs, vous en allez aux États-Unis, chez nos voisins, puis vous allez perdre votre religion, ou bien ils avaient une mentalité un peu étroite là-dessus.
Perdre la foi.
Pensaient que vous étiez pour perdre votre foi.
Les États-Unis, c'est le diable.
Et puis, comme vous voyez, s'il y a quelqu'un qui garde sa religion, c'est par ici, n'est-ce pas?
Ben, j'en ai un bel exemple. Ça me semble évident.
The price of riding on the subway in the Soviet Union in Moscow is still 7 cents or 5 kopecks. And it's quite a ride if you ever go to the USSR. I took it, except I was too terrorized I couldn't read the signs. One, they learned to write. What was that? Steve Martin said on his trip to Paris, he said, we go all the way to Paris. You'd think they'd have the decency to speak English to us.